Well, good morning, everyone. It's December 13th, my last day here in Costa Rica. I go home this afternoon. I'm talking to you right now from the San Jose Hilton Garden Inn. This is a beautiful hotel. We actually were invited to be here as guests of the Hilton properties, and they just opened this property on December 1st. So actually, I think I was the first person to stay in this room. It was actually pretty neat, very comfortable, very modern, very beautiful hotel here in San Jose in a park called Santana. Well, I wanted to just take a minute and record on video kind of what I've been doing the last 6 days. It's been an extreme whirlwind. I have spent so much time on the road exploring Costa Rica. I'm here, I think I shared as a guest of the Costa Rica Tourism Board, and there were I say in total, maybe about 40 travel agents from around the United States that they invited to come here to learn more about Costa Rica. This was actually my third visit, but they took me to some places I'd never been before, and I gotta tell you, the more I'm here in Costa Rica, the more I fall in love with it. The food is amazing, so fresh and organic. And you know, Costa Rica has an extremely high level of sanitary and hygiene care. So the food, you can eat anything, fresh off the table. It's garden to, or farm to table, garden to table, however you want to refer to it. Everything is extremely organic, extremely fresh. The meats are raised with no antibiotics and no additional additives. The breads are baked with very clean flour, not the GMOs and the things that we're used to, unfortunately, in our own country. The juices are not laden with extra sugars or anything like that. They're just fresh, natural, and squeezed right there. You can pretty much eat and drink anything. You can even drink the tap water in Costa Rica, believe it or not. It's the safest, cleanest country in Central America. And I've traveled to a lot of them, so trust me when I tell you, you can eat and drink here without being sick. And I have a pretty sensitive stomach, so if I can do it, you know it's good stuff. Well, let me take a minute, show you a map of Costa Rica, and just explain a little bit about why I've been. And that might give you a little perspective. I'll continue to post pictures, but I want you to kind of see where I've been going and what I've been doing. So, it's kind of hard for me to show you this, but let's imagine you can see it well. This is the map of Costa Rica, okay? This up here is the Guanacaste or Pacific region, which is where most of us tend to go, this area right up here. And I've been there a couple of times and really enjoyed it. But this time when I talked to the tourism board, I explained to them, I've never been to this side, the Caribbean side, and I've never been to the Arenal Volcano, which is actually up here, more in the center. So we started our journey, I'm gonna fold this map to make it a little easier to hang on to. We started our journey here in San Jose. San Jose, of course, is the capital of Costa Rica with a large international airport. We spent one night at the Hilton and then drove up here to an area called Sarapiquí. Sarapiquí is a little bit more in the central, but it's actually a very beautiful, very jungly area with lots of nature preserves. As we stayed there in Sarapiquí, the birds are amazing. Like they've got over 450 species of birds, 900 species in total in Costa Rica, but over 450 right here in the Sarapiquí region. We stayed in Sarapiquí. From them, we went up to this region called Tortuguero. Tortuguero is a natural reserve, but again, like its name might imply in Spanish, it's a reserve for turtles, actually. The leatherback turtles breed and nest up here, plus just the extra variety of wildlife. It's all lagoon. You know, you need to traverse it with boats. It's really pretty spectacular and fairly remote. Not a lot of people go up there. Then from Tortuguero, we drove all the way down the coast to Puerto Viejo, which is right near the border of Panama. Now, Puerto Viejo is got a bit of a Caribbean Jamaican influence. It's very fun. It's got a little bit more of a Caribbean vibe. The restaurants serve more of a Caribbean food, a Caribbean cuisine. The rice and beans are, made with coconut milk. Very fun and funky little beach town. The beach there wasn't great, but the problem with it was we were having bad weather, to be honest with you. So the ocean and the waves were really rough, and of course it was raining nonstop. Now, I'll send some pictures of the place we stayed here. It was an eco lodge, and I actually stayed in a very modern teepee. It was really pretty cool. you could hear all the critters and the animals at night, and this is also the place where I encountered the sloth on the path as I was hurrying to my teepee, but it was dark and raining cats and dogs. I wish I'd had a chance to stop and really take pictures, but I didn't. Well, the next morning we got up early and left Puerto Viejo, and we drove all the way back up here, all the way back through Sarapiquí, and across and over to Arenal Volcano. Again, this isn't probably the easiest map for you to see. I just wanted to give you some perspective of where I've been across Costa Rica, and it's been pretty significant. Well, I gotta say, I loved the Arenal Volcano area. I'd never visited it before. Oops, sorry about that. I'd never visited it before, and there is just a ton to do there. And I think I would recommend for customers that maybe 2 nights or 3, depending on your activities and your level of interest. There's rafting, there's hiking, there's biking, there's boating, there's kayaking, there's zip lining. There's just so many more things than you can even imagine to do in the Arenal area. And then of course we got to spend one afternoon at the Tabacan Hot Springs Resort. Beautiful resort. And I gotta tell you guys, I learned so much about the amazing resorts in this country while I was here. Lots of great places, so I've got so many new ideas to share with you. Our final day was yesterday. We came down back into San Jose to the convention center, and we spent a good 9 hours. I gotta tell you, I had the most moving experience. The president of the tourism industry came and he spoke to us, and like I said, there was only about 40 of us travel agents from around the world, 7 of us in my group, or not around the world, I'm sorry, around the US, 7 of them in my group. But he was the most gracious host. He literally brought us all to tears. He was so grateful to have us there, to have us visiting his country, and to have us coming back to you, our clients and friends, and telling you how wonderful this country has been. And you know, he spoke about the COVID-19 problems and the protocols and so forth. I have to tell you guys, this is the cleanest country. I have never even remotely felt uncomfortable here in any way, shape, or form, not from a safety perspective, not from a health perspective. And like he explained it, Costa Rica has one of the longest living citizens in the world. They're known as a blue zone because they are so healthy here. They're organic foods. They're fresh off the farm to the table. Nothing goes to waste here. The people are outdoors. They're healthy. They're happy, and they live pura vida, the pure life. They really embrace that. You know, they have an extremely low COVID rate here, absolutely so low. And they take good care of themselves. They're outdoors, they're doing all the right things. And their protocols are amazing, really amazing. They do an excellent job. I really want to encourage you to think about coming to Costa Rica. And I also want to tell you that I learned so much about so many different places here, so many different types of resorts, so many different types of tours and tour providers. So I'll post more pictures, but when you're ready, let's talk, because this is a country you really need to visit. In the meantime, I better go finish my packing because I'm supposed to be downstairs in about a half an hour. I just wanted to slip this in real quick while I had some Wi-Fi. Thanks, guys, for following my adventures. There's going to be a lot more when I get home and I can post for you, but have a great day.